Hi. So today I want to talk about using tapping to make change in our lives. Um, and I need just a second here to get things set up. And there we go. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm just never quite on track with all the technical stuff, but I do want to take this chance to share with people and to invite some conversation about how we use tapping to make change. Positive change for ourselves, for those we love, for the world that we inhabit, is the motivation that most of us have for what we do with our lives and how we conduct our lives. At least for those here and who share our values in the way that the world needs to change. So, how's change made and sustained? What keeps getting in the way of us being able to make these changes and to sustain them? Well, usually what gets in the way is negative feelings and sensations, emotions, things that go on inside of us that just stop us cold. To get to change requires that we deal with those feelings in a way that they don't stop us from taking action. Now, by taking action, I mean an intentional activation of specific behavior, not just doing the same old habit, doing the same old thing. When I get up to respond to a phone call or someone at the door, this is just a habitual thing. This is not making change. Just doing what I've learned to do in the past is not change. And so I want to think about how we go about being different and sustaining that difference. Well, one of the ways that I know is when I am taking action for positive change is how I feel. And so it means you need to be in touch with what's going on inside of you to be able to judge whether or not you're taking an action that is actually intentional and positive. Okay, so these things, taking actions and what you feel are connected. And sometimes we don't take an action because we don't feel we can, because there's some sensation or experience in our body that's stopping us or getting in our way or slowing us down or whatever. And then, I do know that when you take action, you do feel different. Now, sometimes that's a way that you can make a change in how you feel in yourself is by taking intentional action, and then sensation changes. Now, sometimes you have to deal with those sensations, those experiences that you're having before you can take the action. So the good news is we don't need to figure out which is first here, the chicken or the eggs, the feeling or the actions or the feelings. We just need to know that when we come into an awareness that something we would like to be different, we would like to change, that we can make it easier for ourselves if we just tap. And so I want you to just think about that for a moment. What is something in the world that you would like to change in yourself, in terms of how you experience things, how you do things? Change for those that you love, how you interact with them, how you relate to them in terms of feelings and emotions, how you see the world that is around us, what we want to be different about the way that this world acts. Sometimes it's huge things, sometimes it's small things. It could be the way that we conduct trying to deal with this pandemic, or it could be just how am I going to get through the next day. So regardless of what it is, just think for a moment about something you want to change, and in this moment notice how you feel and notice what you're doing. Do you feel good about what you're doing? Do you feel good and now want to get up and do something? Those are all positive things, and that's how we make our world better and sustain it. But if you even, as we talk about even the smallest, slightest action, notice the feelings and notice what you're doing and you're thinking. You don't have to figure it all out. Just notice what's going on as you think about that smallest action towards the positive end that you want. And if there's any disruptive feelings or any hesitancy in terms of that action, you can rate that on a 0 to 10. 0 is there's no hesitancy at all, you're acting. 10 is you can't even move, right? 0 is you feel fine and you feel good and positive about what you're doing. 10 is you have the most horrific kind of emotional overwhelm that you can imagine. So now, okay, so you think about those things, rate it, and then we do the standard thing of let's tap. So side of hand, under nose, beginning of eyebrow. You guys have seen me do this lots of times, and it's on my website, www.rlbray@rlbray.com, and just find the tab that says Try TFT, and you'll see a video of me doing this, and you can be doing it along with me right now. 9 gamut zeros. Close your eyes, open your eyes, down left, down right, whirl them around, back the other way, hum, count 1, 2, 3, 4, hum again, We're going to repeat the tapping. And for a lot of us, this is all that you will need. You will suddenly realize that you feel differently or you're doing differently, you're acting in a different way. And you're getting something accomplished, no matter how small, that is a positive change in the way that you feel about yourself, you relate to your world, you help others. So after you tap, just go back and rate it again. You know, that 0 to 10 scale, how you're feeling, how you're doing. And hopefully you're going to have very little interfering with what you're feeling and what you're doing. And you're taking action. So again, it's trying to understand, you know, we can think about this about, do we have to change the feelings before we take the action? Do we have to take the action to change the feelings? Well, you know, they're all tied together. When you find yourself hesitating, when you find yourself not moving, motivated towards the good that you want in your world, try some tapping. I did it this morning because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to even begin to talk about these concepts. But did a little tapping. I got myself to say these things, take this action of posting this live. And I'm hoping that people find this useful. Feel free to send me comments, rlbray@rlbray.com, or message here. Let's keep thinking about ways that we make positive change and we sustain that positive change in our world for ourselves and for those we love. So you can be different. Bye-bye. Don't know how to stop this thing.